Welcome to the Dassem Show episode 8. Today is a bit of a special episode. I'm going to cover a lot of how to this, how to that. There are also two mastery matches, both in the SU 101. I'll put a list of the contents up on the screen right next to me here, so you can see what is upcoming. But before we get to that, let's go fast through the news. Patch 3.1 is coming. Possibly Thursday, Friday. It was supposed to come Wednesday, but it has been delayed. A rumor has it was because the Metal API had to be cancelled from it, so they had to rework it a bit. And the rumor also says this is due to some problem with Apple, not Wargaming. Well, we believe what we want. So what will patch 3.1 contain? Well, there are tournaments. Wargaming actually released news about this on the Asia news page earlier today, and then withdrew it very fast. I think that was a bit premature. We also have confirmation that you will be able to unlock modules directly by spending gold without spending free XP. It will be a bit more expensive than converting free XP. The Mark 1 tank is obviously coming for the 100-year anniversary of tank warfare. There is a new map, the Yamato Harbor. There is a new test map, the new version of mines. Yeah, a lot of vehicle balances. A few vehicles, less important vehicles leaving the tech tree. A few less, not very important ones entering the tech tree. Profitability balances for the SP1C and the RU251, small dispersion buff for the T34 premium tank. Patton is going to get some improvement. The IS-7 is going to get a very minor nerf. E50M, better turret front armor. Yeah. There's also some rumors. We are awaiting the IS-2 premium tank. Very excited about that. What else do we have? Well, nothing much. In related news, as you can tell from my headphones, I have lost my job and started working at the McDonald's drive-thru. Well, that's only half true. I've lost my job. But that means I will have a lot more time to work on the Dassem show and on Blitz, I hope. I have a lot of other things going on, so these headphones are so you will hear me better. That's why I have these big ears. So that's pretty much what we have for news in episode 8, and I'm just going to let you watch this KV2 battle in the background before we move on to the next part. We are starting off this with the fail of the week, and as you can see we're in Lost Temple. I'm in the E50, a tank that I just finished grinding. This is one of my last matches in it, and well, you know, there's something about cursed tanks. Some tanks feels like you get really bad results with, despite doing well in them. E50 is definitely one of them. It's better than its predecessor, the Panther II. But I'm still struggling a bit with it. It's a great tank, but somehow it feels like it doesn't play well with others. So, Lost Temple, we are pushing the center stairs, as we know. Actually, E50 is quite decent at this. It has a good speed and good hull armor, so I'm not climbing the stairs. I am climbing them. I'm sorry, that's my bad. And I'm taking one for my efforts. as you can see, they're now shooting up at me. So it makes my front plate a bit more angled. Of course, that is not gonna help against this T-54 with his unlimited numbers of penetration. He's trying to get my turret cheeks, as you can see. I keep moving. I stopped moving sideways, and I paid for it. And the Reds are showing up in force. There's a bit too many of them. They're coming around on the other side. There's the T-44 here. And yeah, we're doing well, I think. We're laying it into them. We are really taking care of business here. We are pushing them from both sides now. It's a classical pincer movement. Very small scale bit. There are shots for the taking. Every reload finished, there's a new shot coming up. There's a bit of a worry there on the left side, that IS-6. He could be trouble if he decides to shoot me, but yeah, we're taking care of business here. There goes the ISU, but somehow the Reds have pushed through behind me. It's not at all part of the plan, so I keep just pushing around. I aim for the soft turret roof of the IS-3 Defender, that I'm elevated higher than him, of course helps a lot. But then I decide I better help my team try to survive on this side. And here I can see I'm not gonna live very long, so I go for the ram kill on the T-54 and I fail horribly. But that's only part 1 of the fail of the week, because our team is there 4 against 2. About the same health. This should be an easy win. Shouldn't it? Well, this is Rollo Tanks Blitz, and there is never anything that is a sure thing, but there is still hope. There are still 3 against 2. One of ours is at full health. Well, for as long as until now. What he's doing, I'm not sure. But the Tortoise is also at full health, and he's pushing down. He's killing the IS-3, and this is the horrible part, because if you keep an eye on that Tortoise now, he is in trouble. Well, there's a T-54. He's low health, he's a one-shot pretty much. But the Tortoise is stuck. He's stuck on the stairs. And there goes one of the good guys. What that RU is doing, I do not know. But he is losing health fast. Tortoise is completely stuck. And there goes the RU. Not even sure what he was doing. And now the T-54 can just clean up. Tortoise is completely stuck behind this defender, and this was the worst fail of the week, all week. So, well, nothing much more to say. Guy with the defender is laughing. Of course he is. Oh, that was a horrible fail. Well worthy of the title. Well, let's just have a look on the scorecard just to see. 3,400 damage. Very secure place on the top of the scorecard, and it's a loss. So, we'll move on to Hero of the Week, which is the E-25. This is just a little example of what this tank can do. You see here, I have come across a Su-100. I am going around him. I will not let his gun point at me, but there's another red tank as well. There's a T-43 coming up. So I have to try to keep this SU between me and the T-43. Here I have locked down pretty well. I can shoot into his side. Unfortunately, the T-43 can also shoot me. But the Su-100 is mopped up quite fast with the excellent DPM of the E-25. So now I face hug the T-43, and I'm catching a few bounces. Unfortunately, he can still hit my cupola. But we are simply out DPMing him. And just like that, we have killed 2 Reds without dying ourselves. That's great effort. Okay, that was a losing match, but next Hero of the Week is this brave Type 62 who is giving it all for the win. That was the winning kill, but he went himself. Okay. Rage of the week. The rage of this week is... yeah, you can read chat. I don't think there's anything more I need to say about this. I wouldn't know what to say. It's just getting worse and worse. And this is a tune on the green team that is raging. It's getting about to get more ugly. Well, that's the rage of this week. Enough about that. Masteries. I have 2 masteries today, as I said. They are both in the SU 101, which I have finally finished the grind and I'm finally starting to like it. Doing okay in it, nothing exceptional, but the tank itself has great potential. It has the speed, it has the DPM, and it has the alpha damage. And it also has, in my opinion, quite an accurate gun. So we're on Vineyards, and understandably the team is a bit unsecure about what to do. The team composition is not very clear on what would be smart, but I try to pull them with me out here on the right side. And then of course the ISU has to suggest city after the team has started moving, which is very helpful. And as you can see, I'm stopping to write that there are too many heavies on red, too much armor to go through. So it's not by much, but still. And here comes the red team E25. He spots me and bounces one off me. The SU-101 actually has quite a decent armor on the upper structure, and even the front plate is not all that bad. So I decided to just stick around here. I have a little ridge. I can hide myself from all sides in this dip and hopefully get a few shots in. But here you see the weakness of the SU-101. It's the gun depression. It has 2 degrees, I think it is, which isn't a lot. But it, if you just position yourself right, you can do a lot with it. It has the DPM to make you forgive it. I'm still a bit watchful of this left side, and here is the Type 62 finally emerging, but only for a very short period of time. SP is showing himself and taking a big hit for it. I really like to get one more hit in before I retreat, but it's starting to get a bit hot. And Type 62 is going at the T-34, and here you can see one of the advantages of this tank. It has the mobility. Type 62 wants to play cat and mouse with the T-34, but I can catch up with him in no time and light him up. I'm a bit scared of going over there because I know there's an E75 in town. Last time I checked. SP1C chose a very poor place to come out. And we're just leaving that E75 for later. I'm actually a bit wary of this E25 because he has great damage per minute. It can do a lot of damage to me. But here comes the Jag Tiger. He's a big soft target. And then the defender is coming up from behind. I have to leave the Jag Tiger. Match is 4-on-4, and this could go anyway. The Reds have a lot of solid tanks left. Just took the lead, 5-on-4, but not for long. It's the E25 finally goes. I have the back of the Jag Tiger and I just have to push it, because he has no chance of turning around. Here goes the Jag Tiger, and now comes the interesting part, because it's me and the IS-3 defender, and we're very evenly matched. If he has a full clip, he can easily kill me in 7.5 seconds, or 15 if he misses one shot, which is likely in the defender. So what I do here is I run away. Yeah, there's no shaming running when you don't have a turret. What I want to do is I want to get some distance between me and him, so I can set up somewhere and use my binoculars and my excellent camo to see him before he can see me. And this tank really has excellent camo. By now I am unspotted, and as you can see, even if I just spotted him, the light bulb doesn't go off, because even on the move I have good camo. And here I have a bush, which means I can hide quite comfortably. Put a shot into him. Now he's down to a 2-shot. I pull back and making my armor a bit more steep. And I pull over again and put another shot into him. And by now he bounces. That was a lucky bounce, but it allows me to just roll forward, load heat, and finish it all. That's he's not happy. We like that. 5 kills and a Radley Walters medal. 4,633 damage. Decent profit even. I think there was a mission there. Let's check the scorecard. It's even a triple XP mission. Yeah, you see, next one on the team did 1,495, so that was a carry if ever I saw one. Next match is not quite as spectacular in numbers, but I think it's still worth watching because of the intensity. We are in Rockfield. You're on a team with slightly more armor, and I'm asking if they want to go right. I'm not sure. We could go either way. One side isn't necessarily better than the other, but yeah, we go right. It's a good chance that we will meet the Reds there, as they don't have that much armor. And of course this right side is quite good for a TD, because it has a very good TD spot back here, especially for a TD with good camo and good mobility. Because here I can hide behind this bush, and if necessary I can withdraw behind this rock. You see, I did track the Centurion. Big shell on the D-tracking. I'm taking some fire here. It's mostly from the Cheery. He will have a lot of trouble going through my armor, especially if he's just firing standard ammo. And the Reds are pushing a bit here. It's starting to get a bit intense. Managed to take out the SP, and I'm spotted again, so I pull back behind the rock while I reload, but it doesn't help. Luckily the return fire only takes my track, because I was angled off the rock. There you see the gun depression again. Switching to heat, and with heat I can go through the turret cheek of the T-34. T-34 has fantastic turret, but these new Russian TDs, they have an extreme penetration. The one before this, the SU-100M1, actually has 330 millimeters of pen for that's a tier 7 tank. It's completely ridiculous. And I find I'm being shot at here. It's my team, they're quite good at hiding themselves, so at least after they have taken some damage. So when I pull out, I tend to be the one the Reds can shoot at. Now the Reds are pushing. This is starting to get a bit hairy. We're down 2 tanks. Well, 1 tank now, but I have a whole bunch of Reds here. Luckily, they are choosing to go for my teammates. As you can see, the armor on this thing, it's really quite decent. And there the gun trolled me quite badly. It was a well-aimed shot at the Cheery and it didn't go through. And this Panther is starting to become a source of concern for me, because I can't ignore him. I can't start shooting at anyone else as long as he keeps pointing at me. That shot, I think it hit the dead tank in front of it. I'm pulling back again. I have a low profile. And the Reds are still 2 tanks up, but not for long. Because the T-34 chose the wrong time to come out. I'm still choosing to just ignore that Panther. He's too good at hiding, so instead I go for the STA-1. Luckily my teammate dives in front of me and catches the return fire, so now it's only... no, we're back up to 2 against 2, and there's the Cheery, which we know has great difficulty penning me from the front, and there's the Panther, which I have great difficulty getting the gun down to. Yeah, Cheery again, I just have to ignore him. I have to get into a position where I can turn the whole tank. I don't have a turret, so to get a bit more fire than was really necessary there, because I was in a TD. And last shot from the Panther bounces, and we have secured our second mastery in the SU-101. That was a Pulse medal, 3,588 damage, and a steel ball even. And I think we also can say that that was quite a solid carry. So let's just move on over to the hoe section with all the different hows. The first how is how to work ridges. And to give a demonstration, I have taken out the good old Centurion 7-1, which is one of the best ridge workers in game. Not only does it have a very good armor, it also has a very good gun. A gun that can both hit at distance and is excellent at snapshotting. And if you can manage to get on someone's side or behind someone, you also have HESH ammo, so you can increase your damage output quite significantly. We're at Dead Rail. I'm not going to call it Winter Malinoka this time, for those of you hoping to correct me again. I'm pushing up on the center to try to get some spots, but there are none to be had. So I sit still for a bit. I'm waiting for my binoculars to activate, and as soon as they do, there it goes, a red. Object 268. And I'm still not spotted. Well, it's good an opportunity as any to put a shot in, but he angled and hid behind a rock, and well, at least we know where he is. And you can see I'm working this ridge. I'm showing only the turret, and I have the front of the tank lifted, so even the turret was at an angle, reducing the soft top plate of the turret. Hiding a bit here behind this bush rock before I move up. Doesn't seem to be anyone else camping in the back, at least that we can see by now. So I'm taking a chance on pushing up on the side of this 268. And you can see that snapshot just connected. And also, even now I'm hiding behind the ridge. If he should turn to face me, he can see only the top of my turret. And this gun also, of course, allows me to detrack. There's appeared one more camping red in the back, but we are behind a ridge from here even. This tank is all about ridges. And there goes the 268. So, now move on to the next ridge and start putting in shots on the red team Centurion. Well, that was a poor shot. But still we are working this ridge, and you can see we're pulling up and down and making his shot go into the ground. And then he's doing something quite silly, I have to say. He's choosing to move across that open area to get into cover. And yeah, that was never going to work. But as you can see, the Reds have by now slaughtered most of my team. So even with the shots we have put in, we're 2 tanks down. And it doesn't look like there's going to be any happy ending to this. But as long as we have our hit points, there is hope. We have hit points and we have ammunition. And here we also have a ridge to work. But the Reds have finished one more from our team, and there's only 2 of us left against 5 Reds. And if they would just let us work this ridge, try to shoot us when we peek over the ridge, everything would be just fine. But they have confidence in their numbers, so they are pushing. They are pushing up, they are pushing around. They are crawling all over us. And they're just willing to trade. There are lots of ridges here, but you can't cover yourself behind ridges from every single side at once, unless you're deep inside some hole. And you see I'm starting taking more fire from the left here, and this is going to be the end of me, unfortunately. Bit of a spoiler there, but big surprise. I'm trying to push over here, because if I can finish this guy and get over, I will have all the Reds on the other side of the ridge, but they were too fast. They managed to put more shots into me while I was pushing over, so well, can't win them all. But it was a tier 10 match, and I think I did quite decently. Obviously I didn't do what I should have done. I should have supported my team going right, but I had hoped they would be able to take care of themselves. See, top damage, 2 kills, not enough, not enough. Not enough damage and not applied where it was needed. This next match is more of a how not to. I've called it how to camp away a win. And see, I'm in my T34 premium tank, out to grind credits, and I find myself in a tier 9 match at Castilla. Well, Castilla is actually one of my favorite maps. It has a lot of opportunities for all kinds of tank types, and I'm pushing up here. I want to get to the windmill, the hill there, because from there I can peek-a-boom quite efficiently and cover a lot of area. I'm not a very fast tank. I think I'm the slowest tank in this match by far, and still I have the lead. I'm pushing faster than anyone else, which is a bad sign. And we have one guy going on the left side, we have a few guys staying at spawn, waiting for something. Never know what. And The rest of the team is waiting behind me at the bottom of the hill. Hoping to get some spots here, but yeah, waiting for my binocular to activate, but there are no reds to be seen. My team has still decided to do nothing, so I guess it's up to the very slowest tank of them all to try to get some spots. Because we need spots. Fast. And I'm pushing up here, where I can peek over the ridge. I notice a ST1 and I pull back as fast as I can, but of course it's not going to be fast enough. They have snipers all around the edge, and just like that, 1071 hit points of my pool of 1400 has gone. And someone said snipers, I'm saying no shit. I kind of noticed. So I know there are tanks on that ridge behind there, so I'm not gonna pull up there again. And it's a bad way to start a match. Giving up, yeah, 3/4 of my hit points. T-54 has been spotted. I may be able to get a shot on him over here. It's a blind shot, but no, I'm not moving. I'm waiting for my team. I'm not taking any more risks. I can't afford it. They can. There's a red in the cap circle. Don't know where he is, but maybe he is there. Yeah, guess he was. Well, he's still capping. I guess it would be too much to hope for, to hope that he was still there. He couldn't possibly be. Oh yes, he was. It's getting a bit silly. He's still capping. Still capping. I have more targets now. And finally he is leaving leaving the base. Quite a bit poorer in hit points than he was when he entered it. Let's see if I pull back here. I can still manage to get a shot on him, and he is gone. Quite pleased with myself for finishing off that ISU, more or less on my own. Get another shot at the T-54, finally connecting one. And the team is still camped in the back. We are 3 minutes and 30 seconds halfway through the match, and they still haven't gotten themselves out of the spawn area, which is frustrating to say the least. It was a bit too slow there. You can see the IS-3 defender is considering pushing up in the middle here, and so is the T-54, so I moved down to be able to get shots, but then they change their minds and they push back down again. And the clock is ticking. It's quite significant for the outcome of this match. Reds have started to get impatient. Their campers are finally starting to move. They have started capping the base, and we are in a good position to put shots in them from the side. And this IS-3 defender, he just isn't aware of his surroundings. He should know that I was sitting there. I've been there for several minutes now. Hoping that I will have a chance to get a shot in at this T-54 on top there, but yeah, this gun really isn't that good when it isn't fully aimed. There's IS-8 pushing up on me here. I have to fall back a bit. Can't risk having him. He could just rush me and trade me a shot and kill me. So at least I have to make sure I can get a shot back into him if he does. ST1 is pushing up. There's a lot of erratic behavior, I think we can call it, in this match. From both teams. And there's the T-54 on the hill. He has shots at me, so I have to pull back even further. because then the building comes between us. And you can see this match is quite frustrating. Such a passive team. There's 1 minute 12 seconds left. And finally, the team is starting to react. Finally, they are starting to push up a bit. You also notice that I have scored 3 kills and significant amount of damage since I was first ambushed so badly in the start of the match. I'm a bit wary to pull up here because if I pull too far, so the IS-8 can see me, then the T-54, who is possibly still on the castle hill, will have shots at me. So as soon as I suspect I'm spotted, I'm pulling back. IS-8 does makes a mistake here. T-54 on the hill bounces me. Lucky. He's no longer on the hill, he is in town. I'm going hull down behind this ridge. Hoping he's not too eager to fire heat. See, there's only 1 red left, but we are running out of time. We are winning this easily. I'm up to 5 kills. And we don't have time to finish it. Somewhere there is a red. We don't know where. And as the counter hits 0, it's all over. And it's a draw. So, if any of my teammates are watching this, you gave us a good example of how to camp away a sure win. Radley Walters, 3000 damage. Sometimes it just isn't enough. Yeah, despite being low tier and despite taking well over 1000 damage at first contact, I ended up at top of the scorecard. For this next match, we are in Winter Malinovka. I'm in the SU-101, and I've decided to call this episode How to Play When the Team Don't Know What to Do. And it's a bit self-explanatory. As you can see in the start here, we have a lot of TDs. I'm assuming we're going to push up, but so the team seems less sure. They are the Borsigs look like they're planning to go center, then someone is going down. There are all kinds of strange maneuvers going on here. So I decide, okay, I'm gonna be the one making a choice here. I'm going up. We need people on top here. Even if it's just me, I'm going to sit here and have a look at what is going on. I park in a side scrape angle from the mill. I let my binoculars activate and I spot a Tiger 1 coming up. And I'm assuming he's not leading the charge. That would be a very strange thing for a Tiger 1 to do in it when it was low tier. I'm just waiting for them to come around here. Have my camo net activated. There comes the Jagged Panther, and yeah, I'm taking the time here to write a note to my team. I see the ones pushing on the flank. They haven't found anyone, so they all have to be up here. So I want them to move faster. Taking one shot on the Tiger, revealing myself, and I'm out of there. I'm not sticking around, not to face a full red team. Instead, I go for this RU-251. And I'm still a bit frustrated about how my teammate, the flankers, are still flanking and hesitant to move up. They should know by now how many reds are up here. So we finish off the RU, and just in time because someone else is shooting at us. So we run away again. It's all about relocating. We have the speed for it. We're not staying anywhere where we are being shot at. Much more use going up here and killing this Fudin. And we are moving further back. We do not want to be the spotters, not in this tank. Here we meet the flankers. They have finally come around. I'm feeling a bit weak. I have 595 hit points left, so instead of sticking with the other TDs, I'm taking up a position here where I'm hoping I will not be spotted, even if I shoot. And it turned out to be a good place to sit, because right there we have a Tiger 2. We also have shots at the Borsig, but we are a bit too slow on the reload. So now we could of course just sit here, wait for the Reds to reveal themselves. But it doesn't look like that Borsig is planning to show himself around that building. So we can always go flanking. I keep saying it again and again, but this tank has the mobility. We can always just move around the Reds and still be there in time to support the team. I'm making sure to go wide enough here. I don't want to end up between several Reds. I've been spotted, but I have shots at the KV-4. He's gone. Only one tank left on the red team, and it is the Tiger that I spotted first. Well, I think I've shown you in this episode that when you're in a tank with some mobility, even if it's a tank destroyer, you can always use it to spot and then run away. They can see you, they don't know if there's anyone else there, so it's very risky for them to push. So you usually have some time to run. No. By stalling them a bit, by showing myself to the Reds when they were at the mill, I managed to stall them a bit, and I bought the flankers enough time to come around and actually join the fight. So we could all fight the Reds at the same time. It's I guess the important lesson. But wait, there is more! As you can see from the scorecard, my damage number is nothing impressive, but I think I still had a big impact on that game. The next match, we are in the E50 again, and I'm going to talk about how to push the flank. And that's not exactly what we saw done in the last match. They were just very carefully moving along the flank, moving and stopping. But this is what they should have done. So yeah, I'm signaling I want my team to go left, because we are not in tanks that are very good for street fighting. And I am pushing full speed ahead here. You can see this E50 with the very big, high top speed. It's almost up to 50 now, 51. I think most maps aren't big enough for this tank to reach its top speed. I'm pushing over here. I can't see anyone still. I'm hoping to spot someone when I'm peeking around this corner. I don't. Pulling back just to see if the light bulb goes off. It doesn't. So I'm pushing further. And I'm not stopping. I'm keeping the speed up. I'm taking shortcuts. If they're not here, then I need to move up to find where they are as fast as possible. Another option would of course be to go back and wait for them to come around, but this is the way where we push it. It's the other option. Push the flank hard. I'm looking for an opportunity to short flank here. So I've been spotted by a red in the middle of the map. Here comes the E75. Not really sure what he's doing. He's just ignoring me. Well, I shouldn't complain about that. There are more Reds moving in from the right, and my team has engaged the ST1 and the E75 on my left side here, so I'm just pushing around to get behind them. T1 is already a one-shot, so we just stop to finish him. And E50 is not a fast tank, but it is more or less fast enough to circle of death an E75 at least. And you can see I'm doing what Bushka calls squaring him off. I was denying him to traverse his hull. Now that he's gone, we can move up to the next red. See, this was quite an aggressive push at the start there, but I think it paid off. So sure, the Reds are in lead, but I think they would have been even more in the lead if I hadn't pushed up and gotten those two big tier 9s out of the way. Lucky there, the Jagged Panther dunks a shot, and I'm going for the D-track on the SU, but didn't take his tracks, and I didn't position myself like I should there, so the T-34 managed to get a shot into me. And again, I see the opportunity here to go on the outside and shoot some targets that are coming around. And yeah, I take one shot from the Jagged Panther there. My angling wasn't as good as it should have been. But now I'm working my side armor as well as I can. I'm trying to get into a side scrape position here. And yeah, I guess the flanking part of this video is over. So I'm working the angles. I managed to take one more on the side armor by twisting just as a shot. And yeah, I'm not really paying attention to what I'm doing, but luckily my teammates were there to kill the T-34 before he could put another shot into me. And this SU-101 is not doing it right. And he's bouncing off my front plate. Moving up behind this wall because I don't want to be shot by him, by the other remaining red. Eventually I'll take a shot from him as well. And now I'm... yeah, we're just playing him out. He's focused on me. He knows if he stops aiming at me, I will pull out and shoot him. He knows that if he just waits and I make a mistake, he can one-shot me, but the price he's paying is that he has to ignore the other tanks on my team. And finally they take enough, they do enough damage to him to get his attention, and yeah, it was never gonna end well for him. So that's how you push a flank. And consulting my notes here again, can't remember it all. The next one is quite a different way of flanking, actually. Yeah, you can see 4,000 damage in the E50. Not enough for a mastery, not by far, as I guess. Well, as I said, the next one is about flanking as well, but it's a completely different way of flanking. We are in Black Goldwheel. It's a tier 10 match, and we are in the mighty Centurion 7/1 again. I can see some famous names here, which are reason for concern. I'm assuming this is not your average E100 noob that you find in most tier 10 matches. This is someone who knows what he's doing. And I want to push on the right side, where the E100 is a lot more vulnerable. My team, however, they mostly disagree. Most of them go into the town area. So I'm pushing up harder. I want to get to see if the red medium is up here. You see I'm using this ridge, showing only my turret, but it doesn't appear that anyone are here. And what I do now is I'm not stopping. I keep going. Centurion isn't a fast tank. It's 40 kilometers per hour or so, but at least I'm going all that it has. And now I find myself on the flank, and I have the opportunity to put shots into the side of the Reds. And now I'm actually sniping in a medium tank, but I'm doing it the way it's supposed to be done. I have shots. See, I'm forcing this IS-7 to break off his attack against my team. I score a lucky hit there, just as he moves off that ledge and flattens his armor to me. And unfortunately, he moves behind cover. I'm moving up a bit because I want to be more sure of hitting. E100 makes a great target. Don't have to be close to it to hit it. You can see the team is 2 tanks down already. But the Reds have lost a lot of hit points. And they are starting to lose tanks. You see their IS-7 on our team is saying no help. Well, we were helping, but I didn't want to help by just trade hit points with the Reds. I have no armor if I don't have a ridge to hide behind, so being in town for me would just have been stupid. But we are still putting in damage on the Reds here. Quite decent amounts of damage actually. And that one unfortunately bounces off his ass. You can see the Reds now, they are looking for us. They know there are people shooting at them up here. This SU bounces very luckily. Managed to get his angle just right. You can see we're down 3 tanks, but most of the Reds are one-shots. And, well, that's one connecting shots. One hits or something. So roll really low on that IS, and now he's a one-shot for sure. We are starting to take back the lead. We are now down only 2 tanks. And the T-54 is making a mistake, and we're down 1 tank. But now they are ripe for the picking. It's a blind shot, and it doesn't connect, unfortunately. And you see the dead teammates, those who just rushed into town and died, they are not happy with us. I'm moving up behind this E75 now. I want the ridge to work when the IS moves over. Here comes the E100, and I still have my ridge, and I bounce. I don't lead the shot well enough. Take a shot in return for that one. This is about to end in a good way, and I can just roll up and trade this IS-4 a shot and be done with him. And yeah, to sum up this match, we went on the flank, we sniped from the flank, and we did massive damage to the Reds. So even if our team in town died, we had all our hit points, and the Reds had almost no hit points left, so we were able to secure the victory. And yeah, top of the scorecard, 3,700 damage in a tier 10 match. Are moving back to the notes again, and let's see here. This match I have chosen to call the Hammer and the Anvil. And this is actually teamwork. And the Hammer and the Anvil, it's a bit like the pincer movement, but it involves a full circling. You set up an anvil, the heavy tanks, those with armor. You see, the Type 62 is calling the shots here, and he's doing it just right. He's sending the heavies on the right side, and our job now is basically just staying alive. We're to stop the Reds from advancing, and we're to give up as little of our own hit points as possible. And of course we will use our guns. It would be pointless to run around with these big guns if we weren't to fire them, but and if you check out the minimap now, our mediums, they are pushing hard. They are pushing the flank. Like in the flanking video with the E50. You can see I'm not even pulling into town here. I know that the Reds will be coming, and I don't want to engage them before the hammer, which are the mediums, before they manage to get around. Here the Reds are starting to get impatient. They are wondering, where are we? Now they have spotted me, but they are still holding the stairs. And the hammer is moving around. This is textbook stuff. The hammer has started hammering the Reds from behind against the anvil. And this is a critical moment, because at this point the mediums, the hammer is in danger of being overwhelmed. We have to be able to move up as soon as possible. Finally, enough Reds have backed off. Still a few Reds pointing this way, but more and more of them are turning around. So now we push. No, we push. And now we push as fast as and as hard as it is possible in such a big heavy tank. Because now we have the backs of the Reds, if we can just get around here. I'm not too sure about my choice of target here. The AT-15 is difficult for the ones in front to reach, and you see, now I forced him to turn back around. Jagged Panther. When you're doing this, it's actually, when you get someone to face your way, you switch target. Because, at least when you're on the heavy side. Because then you can use your armor, you can hide a bit, and you can take... You want as many tanks as possible to face you, while being in a position where they aren't protected from the hammer on the team. You can see the hammer is starting to wear down real fast here, but so is the Red team. They are losing hit points fast, and losing tanks. And yeah, this is all about to end fairly soon. Okay, before he's gone, and there's only a Jagged Panther left. So that's basically the hammer and the anvil, and it's something you see tried a lot in Blitz, and usually it doesn't work because people aren't good enough working in a team. But once in a while it works, and I think it's all down to the Type 62 there, calling out directions in the start and explaining in just 2 short sentences how he wanted this done. And it worked. It's a funny thing about the scorecard, if I remember correctly. You can see I did 2000 damage, but because the team worked as a team, you can see that damage is very evenly distributed between everyone on the team. It's a sign of good teamwork. And the last episode of episode 8 is... the last section is how to focus fire. And it's sadly neglected knowledge in Blitz, but this video shows a bit about how useful it is and how effective it is. And of course it mostly happens in this match because of random circumstances, but it's no less effective for that. We're at Wintermalinlokka and we're in a tier 10 match. I'm in my tortoise and we are pushing up on the mill. So the whole team is pushing up the same way. And yeah, this can be a bit boring. We're moving very slowly up the hill, hoping that someday it will become flat enough to reach top speed of 20 kilometers per hour, and finally it has. Here, the reds are spotted by the mill. We are all setting up, and one connect, two connect, and just like that, 1,800 points gone in a matter of less than a second. And my second shot, because we detracked him, my second shot takes him out. Here comes the T-54. He's also willing to put his nose out, and he's a bit more careful than E5 and lucky enough not to be flanked. But here comes the IS-7. He's being there. Less than 1 second and he's gone. That's how effective focused fire is. All the tanks are pointing to where the take one from the Death Star. Well, just get it over with and move on. See, we managed to take out 2 tier 10 tanks, in each of them in just a matter of seconds. I'm just gonna keep this video rolling because there is one more incident where this something similar to it is happening.
The track is damaged.
This is actually a very nice tank, I think. Armor is actually not that bad, and the gun is amazing, and the rate of fire is amazing. I know it used to have a lot faster rate of fire, but, well, I think it's almost OP as it is.
Another one like that should finish them. We've lost half our engine power.
Bounce home from the E75, and he takes a few in return. Here comes object 140. Let's see, and we are moving in a tight group. Moving off a bit from the group to deal with the E75, but it turned out not to be necessary. Here comes the object 140 is the last tank left alive. He's starting to feel the pressure now. You can see almost 471 damage done in a very short time. So that's all I had for episode 8. Hope you have enjoyed watching it, and there is sure to be more episodes of the Dassem show coming out very soon. So in the meantime, enjoy patch 3.1 once it arrives.